Welcome to this Pilates class with a Theraband. I'm using a medium strength, pretty long Theraband. If you're working with something different, please feel free to make your adjustments so that it feels comfortable for you. We'll start with the Theraband on the lowest part of the rib cage, and we're really going to use that feedback to deepen and enhance the breath. Make sure the Theraband's as wide as possible. Cross the ends over, bring the elbows in towards you, and feel that gentle pressure of the Theraband against your rib cage. As you exhale, externally rotate the arms out and feel how that pressure of the Theraband helps you squeeze all the air out of the lungs. Really squeeze the air out until the last drop. As you inhale, feel the ribs pressing against the Theraband. Really expand the ribs to take in as much air as possible. We're going to continue the breathing into a rotation. So this time as you exhale, just the right hand goes all the way to the right. Allow the ribs to rotate all the way to the right, coming back to center. Inhale and exhale to the left, rotating all the way around as much as possible. Coming back, so it's almost like a passive rotation. Feel how much more you can rotate when the Theraband is guiding the ribs. Back to center, deep breath in and exhale all the way. Keep twisting all the way around and back to center. Let's use the Theraband to open up the shoulders. So hands about shoulder width apart. Inhale, and as you exhale, open the chest, take the arms back, and then sweeping the arms back up and over. So you might need to adjust the hand position to make sure there's no tension in the neck or the shoulders, but you're getting that really deep stretch for your shoulders. And feel how the stomach is connected so that you're keeping the torso still, just opening the chest. Bring the arms up to the ceiling, shoulders down away from the ears. We're going to take a side bend over to one side. Reach the bottom hand towards the floor and the top hand towards the opposite wall, and then lengthening all the way up into the other side. Bottom hand wants to reach the floor, top hand wants to reach the wall, and coming up. Again to the first side, up and over, and this time take the bottom hand down as far as you can towards your body and keep lengthening as you come up. To the other side, lengthen as far as you can and then keep going with the bottom hand towards the floor, reaching up. Again to the first time, this time we'll do it 3 times. Down and keep lengthening, the arm goes up. 2. And one more time, 3, reaching, coming up as long as possible. And to the other side, arm goes down, shoulders down away from the ears, keep connecting the center, and coming up. I'm bringing the hands a bit closer together to give myself a little bit more resistance, taking the arms back up and then a little bit over the head, opening the Theraband, elbows down and up. Opening as the elbows go down, lift the pelvic floor up and release. Open as if you're sliding the elbows against an imaginary wall at the back. Really thinking of opening the chest. We're going to stay there and take little pulses down and down. And as you pulse down with the elbows, lift more and more with the pelvic floor. Keep opening the chest and release. Drop the head down. It's really important to work on the grip, but sometimes it gets a bit too much. So I'm going to find opportunities to release the arms, release the head, release the fingers. Just play a little bit with the hips from side to side, relaxing everything over, and then rolling up again, one vertebra after another, all the way to a long spine. And reach the arms up and back to a diagonal on one side, coming back and to a diagonal on the other side, and we're going to combine those diagonals by taking circles. So to begin with, keep the torso pretty still, and then gradually we're going to create more and more movement, so taking it as big as you want. So this is another great way of opening the chest, Really enjoy the movement to one side. And let's go to the other side. So the first one or two will keep the torso still and gradually allow the rest of the body to become involved and the circles to become bigger and bigger. Really enjoying that deep shoulder stretch. So we're going to roll down, making sure the Theraband's as wide as possible. Place the Theraband on the floor. Walk the hands forwards, really spread the fingers to counterbalance the grip. And just play with stretching one side and the other, bending one knee, taking it across the body, and then the other one. Whatever small movements feel right here. Take a moment to stretch, heels down, hips up, pressing the hands into the floor, and then walk the feet forward so they're right in the center of the Theraband. Grab onto both ends of the Theraband and slowly rolling up one vertebra after another so you get that sense of the Theraband gently pulling the shoulders down away from the ears. And we're going to take big shoulder circles up, back, and down. Should feel like a massage for your shoulder blades. Let's take it in the other direction, opening back, up and down. And you can take these as big or as small as feels good for your shoulders. And keep both shoulders open as you drop the left ear towards the left shoulder, so you should get a really good stretch on the right side of the neck, lifting up through center. And to the other way, right ear to the right shoulder, stretching the left side of the neck. Coming up, we'll take that again, and you can either just stay there or try playing with rotating the shoulder back if that feels good. Come back to center, drop the right ear towards the right shoulder, and either just hang out there or take a few circles. Open the left shoulder even more. Coming to center, drop the chin to the chest, so slightly release the grip on the Theraband, and then externally rotate the arms, take the arms to the side and lift the chest up, gaze towards the sky. Rotate the arms, draw the navel in as you drop the head over, and rotate the arms out, open them, open the chest, looking up. Bring the head down, roll all the way down, letting go of the Theraband again, spreading your fingers as wide as possible, walking your feet back so you're in an inverted V, and playing a little bit with walking the feet before staying for a deep stretch, lengthening the sits bones up. Walk forwards, this time in front of the Theraband. Bend the knees, open the chest, place your hands on the front of the shins and really open the chest forwards. Drop the head down towards the floor, lift the sits bones up, forward fold. And then we're going to go back into that squat, take the Theraband as wide as possible and tie it pretty tightly around your thighs in one knot or two. And when you've made a firm knot, open the chest and then again drop the head down, reach the sits bones up towards the sky. Rolling up, standing one vertebra after another, and open your legs so they're about hip width apart so you feel the resistance of the band around your thighs. Reach your arms up, clasp your hands, turn them up and lift the heels up as high as you can. See if the Theraband gives you a sense of more security. Reach the heels down, reach the arms down, and lengthen into the squat. Coming back up, opening the chest. Sitting down, opening your thighs against the Theraband, and lengthening up. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, take the right leg to the right and bring it back, and then open the left leg to the left, so you're creating even more resistance. Opening the thighs, sinking down, keeping the length through the spine, through the arms, sitting down as deep as you want, and back. Roll down until your hands touch the floor. Walk your hands forwards and your legs back so you're in that inverted V. Bending the right knee towards the left, really twisting so you feel the resistance of the band, and coming to center. Left knee twists towards the right. And one more time, either side, keeping space in between the ears and the shoulders, really twisting across the body, and then bringing both heels down towards the mat. Lift your sits bones up, lengthen your spine. Take small steps forwards with your feet until you come towards the front of the mat. When you get there, relax the head over, bend the knees. Keep bending all the way as far as you can. Come to lying on your back. Allow your hips to relax down into the floor. Open the chest and shoulders. Breathe deeply and open your thighs against the Theraband so you feel the resistance. We're going to start taking pelvic curls. So inhale. As you exhale, draw the navel into the spine. Roll the hips up and slowly roll up one vertebra after another as far as feels comfortable. And then slowly rolling down. Inhale, exhale, lift the hips up, press your thighs out into the Theraband, press your feet and your arms down into the floor. And as you exhale again, calming down all the way until you feel your hips relax down into the floor. Again, lifting the hips up, pressing the feet down into the floor. We'll take pulses out and out and out. Each time you pulse out, the navel draws in and in. Stay there for a moment, lift up before slowly rolling down one vertebra after another. Let's take a slightly more challenging variation on the toes. So lift your heels up high, press your hips up. They might go a bit further up this time, and again pulse out and out. Each time you pulse out, draw the navel in, opening the knees. Opening the knees. Keep the hips as high as possible. Keep the heels as high as possible. Inhale as you reach the arms up and back towards the floor. And as you exhale, slowly rolling down one vertebra after another. And relax your heels down to the floor. Clasp the hands behind the head. Lengthen the spine to come up for a chest lift. As you exhale, float the right knee up. The knee wants to come towards the chest. Bringing back down, and then left knee floats up and back down. So the head stays lifted. Each time try and bring the knee towards the body as much as possible before softly placing the foot back down onto the floor. Each time you bring the knee towards the body, see if you can deepen the work of the stomach even more. Relax the head for a moment. Again, lengthening to come up. Lift the right knee up. And this time we're going to take the left shoulder towards the knee and take little pulses, bringing the knee towards the shoulder and the shoulder towards the knee. And again, deepening the stomach in more and more. Other side, left knee up, right shoulder towards the left knee, and little pulses, deepening the stomach in. Drawing the navel towards the spine, opening the shoulders, and relax. Open the arms to the sides, legs up for a side to side. So coming to the right, keep space in between the knees so you feel the resistance of the Theraband. Left leg brings us back, and when we go to the left, the right leg will bring us back. Try and keep the chest open and the arms heavy onto the floor. Going to the right, hover there for a second, use the left leg to come back to center. And over to the left. Hover for a moment and use the right leg to bring you back. Next time we go to the right, we're going to stay there, and the right leg's going to open down towards the floor. Twice and 3 times, using the left leg to bring it back to center. And going to the left leg is going to go down, open down towards the floor, so creating more resistance in the Theraband. Twice. 3 times, using the center to bring you back. And let's do it last time 5 times. The right leg opens and comes up, opens. 3 and 4. Once more, use the center to bring you back. Last time to the left. Top leg stays where it is, the bottom leg goes down, opens down towards the floor. Twice more. And coming back to center. Take the legs all the way to the right, just for a moment to stretch. Feel the chest open. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. And when you've had enough to one side, let's take that stretch over to the other side. Let the knees drop over to the left. Open the chest. Inhaling deeply in through the nose. Exhaling all the old air out of the lungs. Bring the legs back, place the feet into the floor, and then press down with the feet to lift the hips up. Reach the right leg forwards on a long diagonal and bring it down to the floor. Left leg reaches out on a long diagonal. Keep the hips exactly where they are. And down. Again, right leg, and we're going to open the right, open to the side. Open. Open. Place it down. Left leg reaches out long, and then to the left. Open. 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 Place the feet onto the floor. Lift the hips and slowly rolling down. Let's take this variation one more time. This time 5 pulses. Reach the right leg forwards and then pulse out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring the right foot back. Left leg reaches out and pulse left. 2. Open. 4, 5. Press the feet into the floor and rolling all the way back down. Clasp the hands behind the head. Bring your legs up and we'll come into a modified crisscross. So bring the opposite shoulder towards your knee and bring your knee in towards the opposite shoulder. Inhaling through center and exhaling to twist. Really draw your stomach in and take as many repetitions as you need to feel the work in the obliques. When you feel you've had enough, relax. Take the Theraband towards your ankles. Hold on with your hands for a roll over preparation. So we're going to use the arms to bring the legs, stretch them towards us till we get a really good stretch in the back of the legs and the whole posterior chain of the body. You can keep the knees softly bent if you need. Just find the place that works for you. Take a deep breath in. And then we're going to place our hands in the Theraband, about where the wrists are. Press the arms open and take the arms back. Press your hands into the Theraband. Think of a Y shape. Long legs, wide arms, and start rolling up one vertebra after another to a roll up. Reach forwards. Keep your hands pressing against the Theraband. Inhale, and as you exhale, slowly roll down, sweeping the arms back towards the floor into that Y shape. Again, rolling up one vertebra after another. See if pressing your hands against the Theraband helps you to come up. Take a good stretch forwards. Inhale. As you exhale, again, press out against the Theraband. Shoulders down away from the ears. Reach your arms back, legs forwards, long body. And one more time coming up, peeling up one vertebra after another. All the way up. And this time we're going to hook the Theraband over the feet and use the Theraband to lengthen the spine, stretching over. Relax the head over towards the legs. So take a moment to stay and breathe into the stretch. And as you're stretching, undo the knot in the Theraband and bring it as wide as possible over your feet, coming up with a long spine. Inhale. And exhale, rolling down one vertebra after another. Shoulders are down away from the ears. And when you come to lying on your back, we're going to take a shoulder circles. So keeping the arms long, really finding the mobility of the shoulders, lengthening the arms, and then coming up again, peeling the head up, rolling up one vertebra after another. Inhale, and as you exhale again, rolling down one vertebra after another. Let the head relax onto the floor. Open the chest and roll the head to the right, coming back to center and to the left. We'll take it again. Should feel a good stretch in the opposite shoulder to the way the head's pointing. So coming back to center, inhale, exhale, rolling up one vertebra after another, sitting up with a very long spine. So you might need to bend the knees a little bit to do so. Perhaps cross the ends of the Theraband, lengthen up, bring the right elbow back and rotate your torso and your head to the right. Come back, lengthen up even more. Initiate with the left elbow to rotate all the way to the left. So really thinking of lengthening up first and then rotating, working the shoulder and lengthening through the spine. Lifting up, draw the stomach in as the head floats up to the ceiling more and more. Either continuing the same way, or you can do it in flexion, rolling down, drawing the navel in, and then continuing same action of first the shoulder and then the rotation, and the stomach keeps drawing in all the time. Rotate last time to the left, coming up and stretching over. For the next part, those of you with smooth shiny hair might find the Theraband a bit slippy, in which case you can do it with a towel. So the Theraband as wide as possible around your head, elbows parallel to the floor. Inhale, and as you exhale, slowly roll down one vertebra after another all the way till your head touches the floor. Keep the head as relaxed as possible as you lift the right arm up towards the ceiling so your head rolls to the left, and then to the other side. Lift your left hand up to the ceiling so your head rolls towards the right. Really trying to keep your head as passive, relaxed as possible. Feeling a stretch from one side and to the other side, and then coming back to center. Bend your knees up to a 90 degree angle. Single leg stretch variation. Reach one leg out, bring it back, and then stretch the other leg out. So allow the head to relax back into the Theraband. Feel you're using the strength of your arms and really using the center each time. As you exhale, draw the stomach in. Keep lengthening the spine. Bring both knees into the chest and relax down. I'm going to place the right foot in the Theraband. The Theraband is going to be lengthways, so it feels a bit like putting on a rubber shoe. Make sure that all the foot is in the Theraband. I find it easier to have the right hand forwards and left hand back, and place the left foot on the floor. Flex a foot so your heel reaches up to the ceiling, and then point the toes up towards the sky. Flex, bring the toes towards you, reach the heel up, and then point, working through the foot till your toes are reaching towards the ceiling. So you can give yourself as much resistance or as much assistance as you want with your hands to do this movement. Flex. And this time, keep your elbows into the mat, and we're going to take ankle circles, trying to isolate the movement from the ankle joint and taking as big a circle as possible, and then changing the direction of the circle. So great exercise for strengthening the ankle and the lower leg. Let's place the band widthwise across the ball of the foot. Reach the heel up and feel the neutral pelvis heavy, the sacrum anchored down into the mat. Gently bend the knee Soften and then reach the heel up as far as you can without compromising that neutral position. So the leg might not straighten all the way, and that's fine, because what we're interested in now is in finding the neutral pelvis. And in that position we're going to take small leg circles, deepening the leg into the hip socket, as if you're drawing small circles on the ceiling with the foot. And let's go in the other direction, trying to keep the whole body still, just the leg takes small circles. Bend the right knee towards your chest, lengthen the left leg out on the floor, and then extend the right leg up. And we're going to stay here for a really good stretch. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, soften the body, and with that sense of softness, stretch the leg towards you, stretch the left leg out even more to the other side. And take the leg across the body to stretch the lateral part of the leg. You can either open the right hand, or I like to put the hand in the hip crease to get that sense of even deeper opening. Both parts of the Theraband are in the left hand, so you're reaching the heel towards the left and the right hip towards the right. Breathing deeply in and out, and bring the leg back. Take both parts of the Theraband in your right hand and open it to the right. You can either stay to stretch here, or if you're pretty flexible, you can take both sides of the Theraband in your left hand, put your head on your left arm, and then you can use your right arm to bring the leg even closer towards you, and you should feel a really good stretch on the left side of the body. So breathing deeply into that stretch. And bringing it back, we're going to take big leg circles. Take the leg across and creating the biggest circle you possibly can, but still feeling how the center is your anchor, drawing the navel in to keep the body stable and creating as much movement as possible with the leg in the hip socket. Before we take all that to the other side, lengthen your right leg out on the floor. It might feel a little more open or even a little bit longer. Wiggle your fingers. That grip on the Theraband really strengthens the muscles of the fingers. So give them a moment to relax before moving to the other side. Place the Theraband lengthwise around your foot, like that big shoe. Maybe the left hand is in front of the right hand. Flex a foot, reach the heel up towards the ceiling, and then working through the foot to point the toes up. Flex and point, giving yourself as much as resistance or assistance as you need. Work through the balls and then the toes of the feet as you point. Toes, balls, and reach the heel. Really good stretch for the Achilles. Again, through the foot, point, and then elbows into the floor for the ankle circles. Trying to keep the rest of the leg as still as possible and just create the movement from the ankle joint and the foot. Reverse the direction of the circles. And then bend the knee in to bring the Theraband widthways across the ball of your foot. Keep the pelvis neutral as you reach the heel up towards the ceiling, elbows towards the floor. Inhale to softly bend the knee towards the chest, and then exhale to lengthen, creating length between the heel and the sits bones of the left side. Again, soften. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen as much as you can while keeping the neutral pelvis, and small leg circles, deepening the leg more and more into the hip socket, and then reverse the direction. Hips are still, just noticing the movement of the leg in the hip socket. Bend the left knee towards you, stretch the right leg out on the floor, and then extend the left leg up. I'm going to stay there for the deep stretch, noticing the breath, Seeing what you can relax, maybe in your shoulders, maybe in the facial muscles, lengthening both legs. Stay for as long as you need, and when you're ready, we're going to take the leg towards the right, opening the left hand or placing the left hand in the left hip crease and encouraging that sense of depth in the hip crease. Heel reaches towards the right as the hip reaches towards the left. Seeing how much you can soften and breathe into this stretch. Opening the leg to the left, so you can either have the Theraband in your left hand, or if you prefer, take the Theraband in your right hand. Place your right arm underneath your head and then hold onto your leg with your left hand, so you can bring the leg a little bit further towards you and feel that really deep stretch on the right side of the body. Breathe deeply into the stretch. See where you can soften. And coming back for the big leg circles. Elbows towards the floor. Circle your leg using the center as your anchor. Breathing in and out. And let's reverse the direction of the circle, making the circles as big as possible. Feeling the work of the center to stabilize the trunk. Relax the left leg on the floor, and then we're going to go back with the Theraband around the right leg. Reach the right leg up towards the ceiling. Inhale. As you exhale, draw the stomach in. Start bringing the leg down to a 45-degree angle and lift the head and shoulders up until we come into a modified teaser. You can either bend or straighten the knee, and slowly rolling down with control. Again, bringing the leg down to 45 degrees, lift the head and shoulders, roll up to that teaser, stay there for a moment, breathe in. As you exhale, rock back, kick the left leg up and bring it down. And rocking back, coming forwards. It's almost like a funky open leg rocker. One more time, rocking back, kick the left leg up, come up, find the balance, inhale. Exhale, slowly rolling down with control. Bend the left knee, and we're going to cross the left ankle over the right one in the front. Cross the sides of the Theraband, elbows into the floor, and circling both legs. Sort of variation on corkscrew. So you can take it as big or as small as feels good for you. You can keep the legs straight, or you can softly bend them. It should feel like a nice massage for your lower back. The side, if you haven't changed yet, circling around, lengthening the legs away from the body. And let's take all that to the other side. Left leg in the Theraband. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your head and shoulders up as the legs come to a 45-degree angle. Stay there, inhale, and as you exhale, slowly rolling back down. Coming up to that one-legged teaser, and then taking it into a rocking. So this time you're kicking the right leg up and down. Rocking backwards and forwards. Rock. And then last time, stay there, and with control, rolling down all the way to your back. Bend your right knee in and then place your right ankle in front of your left one. You can cross over the Theraband, and we'll start circling the legs in a sort of corkscrew. So feel free to make it as big or as small as you like. The hips can move as much as feels good for you. Change the direction of the circle. Feel the breath flowing in and out as we take this circle. Let's try a full teaser. So reach your legs forwards, bring the head and shoulders up to that V position, and rolling down one vertebra after another. Keep the legs where they are. Use the hands, the arms as much as you need to help you to come up and rolling down. Coming up, this time we're going to stay there. Knees can be bent or straight. You can cross over the Theraband if you wish. And we're going to take the elbows back. Try and bring the shoulder blades closer together. Open the chest and rolling down to lie on your back. Legs up to the ceiling. Open your legs so that they're parallel and hip width apart. And then we're going to bend and stretch both heels up as the sits bones reach down. Similar to footwork on the reformer if you're familiar with it. You can give yourself as much resistance as you want by pulling the Theraband down in the opposite direction. Let's try doing that with the legs down at a 45-degree angle to challenge the lower stomach even more. So keeping equal distance between the legs, just bending and stretching. As you bend the knees, inhale. As you exhale, contract the pelvic floor, draw the stomach in and reach your legs out. Bending and stretching. Bend the knees towards you, and again we're going to wrap the Theraband around the top of the thighs and tie it as firmly as you want. You might do 1 knot or 2, and then we're going to come to laying on our side. Long spine, knees bend. Draw your navel in, and we're going to open the top knee up towards the ceiling, keeping the feet together, and relax it down. So keep the sides of the body long, keep the stomach drawn in, open the knee as much as you can against the resistance, and back. Opening it externally, rotating and releasing. Going to stay up and take little pulses up and up. Keep drawing your navel in, keep lengthening the spine and relax. Lift the leg up, and keeping that resistance, we're going to turn in knee to knee and turn out toes to toes. So internally and externally rotating the leg in the hip socket and keeping enough space to maintain the resistance in the Theraband. When you've had enough, relax, and you might want to massage the muscles which have been working before we continue strengthening. So lifting up so that your legs parallel to the floor, keeping the knee bent as you come forwards and backwards. Flexion and extension of the leg in the hip socket. Coming forwards and backwards as much as you can, and then we're going to take it into circles around. Keep breathing and then going in the opposite direction. Keep going just a little bit more, and when you feel you've had enough, relax and take a little massage. Come up to a mermaid with the knees close together. Reach the arm up, stretch over. Breathe deeply, and then swing your legs around to the other side. We'll go to the other side. Long spine, draw your stomach in, and then open the top leg up towards the ceiling. Keep your feet together for this one, and down. So open as much as you need to feel that resistance, that deep work of the muscles of the hips. Really great exercise for strengthening the hips. Keep the leg up and take pulses out, out. Each time you pulse, think of your pelvic floor and your stomach drawing in even more, and relax down. Little massage, and then lift your leg up and going to internally rotate knee to knee and externally rotate knee up to the sky. So keep enough space in between your knees so you feel the resistance of the Theraband all the time, and take that as many times as you need to feel that sensation in the hips. When you feel you've had enough, relax and maybe massage a little bit more, because we have one more to go. Lift the leg parallel to the floor, knee bent forwards and back, flexion and extension. And we're going to take it into circles. So coming forwards, up and back. As big a circle as you feel is right for you in this direction. And let's reverse the direction of the circle. Keep breathing, we're nearly there. And relax. This work can be challenging, but it's so important to strengthen the muscles of the hips. Come up into a mermaid, reach the arm up and breathe into that stretch. Come to all fours, spread the fingers wide. Exhale to round the spine, drawing the navel in, and inhale to open the chest, open the collarbones. Again, exhaling, rounding, pulling the navel in. Inhaling, arching the spine. Tuck your toes, round the spine, lift the knees off and press against the Theraband. Bring the knees back, inhale, open the chest. Again, press down with the hands into the floor, lift the stomach, press your knees open against the Theraband. Bring your knees back, and we're going to come into a plank position. Leg pull front, lengthen one leg and lift it up, place it back, and then the other leg lengthen and lift. So you're pressing the leg up against the Theraband, drawing the navel in, pressing the hands down into the floor. Keep lengthening through the top of the head. One more time, and come down to lying on your side. Place the Theraband closer to your ankles. We're going to take a side leg lift. Lengthen and lift the top leg up, and then both legs float up. Bottom leg reaches down, and then the top leg joins it. So top leg brings the bottom leg up, bottom leg lengthens down, and the top leg joins it. Really lengthen as you lift, lengthen to go back down, and last time opening and keeping the space in between the ankles, just like take little pulses up. Lengthen and up. Keep drawing the navel in as you lengthen the legs out. And coming to lie on the stomach for modified swimming. So lengthen one arm and the opposite leg, reaching up and lengthening it down. And then the other side, opposite arm and leg. The leg lifts up against the resistance of the Theraband, and everything lengthens back down. Lengthen to lift and lengthen to lower. Keep lots of space in between the ears and the shoulders. And you can continue into the full swimming, or just keep going with this slow rhythm to really work on the breath and on the length of the body. Flip over to the other side, the side leg lift. So reach the top leg up, feel how it brings the bottom leg with you. Reach the bottom leg down and bring the top leg with it. Up with the top leg, down with the bottom leg, and release. Top leg lifts up, both legs lift up, bottom leg reaches down, top leg reaches down. One more time, lengthening up and lengthening down, and then keeping some space in between your ankles so you get that resistance in the Theraband. We're just going to play with lifting up and down and up and down, up and down. Keep lengthening, keep drawing the navel in, and relax. Come to lying on your front, bending the knees. Bring the ankles towards you. You might want to hold onto the ankles or hold onto the Theraband. Stretch the ankles towards you to get a good stretch on the front of the thighs. And only if it feels good for your back, reach the ankles away so it really opens the shoulders. Bring the ankles towards you to stretch the front of the thighs, and then press them away from you to open the chest, as long as there's no pain in your back or in your knees. Unhook the Theraband from your legs, bring it in between your hands for double leg kick. So head to one side, heels kick, kick, kick towards your buttocks, reach your legs away, reach your arms away, open the shoulders, lengthen the spine, head in the other direction, kick, 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 lengthen the legs, lengthen the arms, open the chest, and bring the head in the other way, kick, 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 Lengthen legs, arms, open the chest, head in the other direction, kick, 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 and reach. Stay there, keep reaching the arms away from you, and let's take little pulses up and up. Legs are long, shoulders are open. Keep reaching, keep opening. Relax down. Let go of the Theraband. Press into a rest position. Take your tailbone to your heels. Soften your forehead down into the mat. And take some deep breath, allowing the body to soften. And noticing what this challenging class with the Theraband, what effect it's had on your body. I hope you enjoyed doing this class with me, and please subscribe for more free classes.